guys, welcome to Life Unlocked with me, Jordan, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys like and subscribe. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to do a makeup tutorial. I'm not a makeup artist by any means, but being new to recovery, like you almost forget the things that you used to like and you used to enjoy. And makeup and skincare and like girly things like that, that's the kind of stuff I like to do, and that's the kind of stuff that I enjoy. So I wanted to hop on here and do that with you guys and show you my full face glam. So this is like a full coverage, full face glam. So this is not like my everyday makeup wear, but anyway. So I've already done my skincare. I have sunscreen on. I always wear sunscreen even in the winter, but I do start with a sunscreen and a primer. So I start with the Tula primer, and this is in the shade Luna, and I probably should switch it out now that summer's here because it's a little bit light. But then I add this to it. This is the Tinted Moisturizer Sunscreen Supergoop. It's got 40 SPF in it. So I literally do like a 1 pump of the Tula, and then I just add, and I'm sorry my nose is running like crazy today. I don't know if it's allergies or what, but I'll try not to sniff too much. So yeah, I use like that much. So I just kind of rub it in, like mix it up, and definitely make sure you have clean hands. I mean, that's like a no-brainer, but sometimes when my daughter's doing her makeup, I'm like, did you wash your hands? Anyway, I kind of just rub it all over. Blend it down my neck. Okay, so now that that's done, I add this ColourPop. It's like a gel type thing, and I just put it under my eyes, and it has sunscreen in it. You can get this at like Target or Ulta, pretty much anywhere probably. But yeah, like just forget things that you're interested in, and you forget that you enjoy those things, and that's kind of like what I want this channel to be, like rediscovering things after recovery. Like things are so much funner for me now that I'm sober and like actually clear-headed. I can do things and do them well sometimes, and I think I'm pretty good at makeup. But so this is Tula skincare. It's called Gold Glow and Get It, and so I just add a little bit under my eyes for a little lightening. And then I'll take it up a little bit and just kind of dab it in there. Okay, so I struggle with dark spots, which I hate, and they get worse in the summer too. So I use this for my dark spots. It's Clinique, and it's Even Better All Over Primer, Color Corrector, Base Corrector, and it's in the shade Peach. So just go in. You guys can see all my glory. I go in where my dark spots are mainly. And then I'll go around my nose. And right there. And it comes with a sponge on it, but I don't like it. I feel like it doesn't blend very good. I just blend that out. Kind of get my dark spots even. I'm so sorry, my nose is running like crazy. I'm gonna try not to freaking keep sniffing. But so I just blend all that in. And I've got a zit right there and a zit right there. So anyway, life is life, right? All right, and then the next thing I do is I go in with Merit concealer, and this is in the shade Ochre. Actually, this is the shade Ochre. And I just go like this down my face. I go around my mouth. And then I just kind of make a circle with it, like circle around my chin. And then I don't really like to add too much, but I do my forehead because I hate my freaking dark spots. They're bad and they get really bad in the summertime. Happened after I got pregnant. I never had them before that, but it's all good. We're rocking it. It is what it is. But like, I really do want this channel to be like something fun that like girls and guys can come to, and you know, something for everybody. And also, this is like my full face, what I would do if I was like going on like a date night or something. So this isn't like my everyday makeup, although I do like to do it a lot. Okay, so that's all blended. Okay, so since that's blended, then I go in with my under eye concealer. And what I like about Merit is their concealers and their foundations work as like a duo. So if you wanted to buy a foundation, you can use it as a concealer too, like in the winter time, you know, when your skin gets lighter or whatever. So anyway, I just go under my eye right there, and then I'll go down just a tiny little bit, and then I cover those little hideous spots on my nose. Seriously, so sorry about the sniffing. I know it's annoying. I don't know if it's allergies or what, but I feel like my nose is like a drain. So I just take my beauty blender and kind of blend it in, and then I'll take it up into the eye a little bit. Go around my nose. My nose is my problem area. On my forehead. But thank God for makeup, huh? Okay, so now that that's all blended, then I go in. I don't really contour too much of my face just because I don't really feel like I need it, and I don't really care to do it. But I do contour my forehead because I feel like I have like a 6 head. So I use Merit, and this is Quince. And I just go in and just kind of put a little bit on my forehead. And then I'll do like my jawline. And this is super light for like a contour color, and that's what I like about it. So it's not super like harsh. Like I hate those harsh lines of contour. Like you can barely see that I even put any on there. But I used to really enjoy doing makeup, and when I was like in my addiction, I never did my makeup. I never did it. I always just went out with no makeup on, and I really enjoyed doing makeup, and I just have forgot how much. So anyway, I go in with this dual-sided brush. It's from Saint. I don't really use Saint's products anymore, but I do like their brushes a lot. So I kind of take what I have on my forehead and I'll bring it down to my cheeks, just for that kind of little bronzy glow look. And then get your chin. And then you kind of blend that, and then blend your little contour over there. And then I'll take this side of the brush, this pointy one, and then I'll just kind of move it upwards. Kind of blot it more than like swipe it, if you get what I'm saying. It's hard doing your makeup in a camera and not a mirror. I'm not used to it. But we're doing it. All right, and then I go in with blush. Is my favorite. I love blush. This is from Merit also. I love Merit. Their stuff is amazing. You don't have to use a ton of it, and it goes a long way. But this is the color Mood. My face is all over it, but that's the color. It's super pretty, and it doesn't go on that dark. But I like a lot of blush, so. And if you can hear my kids playing downstairs, don't worry, my daughter is watching them, and they are fine. They just learned how to ride e-bikes like 2 days ago, and it's so cute. They're so into it now. They want to do it all the time. Okay, I look like a clown, don't I? Yeah, I know. All right, then I take this same brush that I used for my makeup concealer and just kind of blend it, and I move it upwards, like around like your high cheekbone. I feel like it lifts your face a lot. And I also like to smile when I'm doing my blush, so I know like where it's actually hitting, if you get what I'm saying. Okay. Wait, this just doesn't look very good in this lighting, but you know what? We're rolling with it. I'll take an end picture and put it on the thumbnail. That way you guys can see how it looks like in different lighting, because I'm just, you know, starting this whole thing out. So, okay, then after my blush, I go in and do my eyes. So I do it literally back-asswards than like professionals do it, but I think makeup is an art and you can do it however you want. So, all right, so what I do first is I get a highlighter color and I do my brow bone. And so this is Morphe Fall Into Fabulous. I wiped it off because it was so dirty, but it's 35F, and I don't know the shade colors because the paper fell out and I think I threw it away. But I'm gonna go in with this shade right here and just kind of tap my brush on it and then kind of go like that. And then I just do my upper brow bone right there. And then I kind of move it over into the corner of my eye, and then I do like maybe a quarter of my eye, like right here. I'll put that on it, the highlighter part. So, okay. And so I got that on there. Now I'm gonna a little bit more. Okay, and then get this eye. Just underneath your brow bone and in the corner. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with my main shade that I use. I like to go for like more natural looks. I don't like to add too many colors. Like eyeshadow, I'll stay very neutral. I never like branch out into like crazy colors. It's just not my thing. So then I use this for my main shade. This is Nude Prism, and I use the shade Apricot. That one right there. It's almost gone. And then I'll take a little bit fluffier brush. I don't know if you guys can see that, but just kind of dab it in there just a little bit. And kind of knock it off. And then I'll go in and just do the lids of my eyes where the crease is up above it. And then kind of move outwards. And I know a lot of like makeup artists would be like, what the fuck is she doing? Excuse my language, but I feel like if you have a rhythm to your makeup, it doesn't matter how you do it as long as you like it. Everyone has their own taste, their own style, their own way of doing things, and for me, I think that makeup is supposed to be fun and experimental, and it shouldn't be any one way. Like, you shouldn't have to do it one way, if that makes sense. Then I'll get my other eye. Kind of do the same thing. And don't worry, it's not going to look like this. It's not going to look super harsh, at least. This looks a little bit harsh right now, I know. It's hard doing your makeup in a camera. But it's all good. Alright, then what I do is I get a little fluffier brush, like fluffy, and then I go in with this gold shade from that same Morphe palette, the F35, and then I do my lids. Okay. My other side. Kind of bring it down into that corner right there. So I want to know, what products do you girls use nowadays? Because there's so many out there, and I feel like there's just too much to choose from at this point. I kind of stick with like what I like and what I know I like. Sometimes I'll branch out and do something different, but okay, so for the last thing I do on my eyes, if I can find my freaking brush. Okay, I found my brush. So the last thing I do on my eyes is I go in with this, like, it's almost like a purple color, but it like almost goes on like a brown. And I get in my under eye. You know what? I'm gonna buff my creases real quick. Okay, and then I kind of just go like this. Just add a little bit under my eye. Just make it look a little bit smokier. So funny how, like, when guys see girls do their makeup and their mouth's always open, like, but that's just the way that it works better, I feel like. Okay, so that is good to go. Okay, so it's not so like harsh looking. I grab like a pretty much a blush brush, I think, and I just kind of swipe it just so it's not so harsh, and it kind of blends it more in. And then the next thing I do is I do my eyebrows. So I fill them in. I just had them done, but my son went into the hospital and I just completely didn't take care of them. So I need to go have them touched up. But really, they look pretty good right now. I really don't even need to add much, but I just kind of shape them a little bit and then add like the fronts in. Okay, what's going on here? Okay. So I just kind of darken them a little bit. I like my brows to be like solid. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this side of my face. I don't know if it's the lighting or what, but the piece of brush. Okay, so that one I think looks good. So then I go over it, and it's still there. Okay. Alright, and then I'll do this eyebrow. Fill in the lighter areas, which right now I don't really have too many light spots. So I just need to kind of shape the front. I feel like mine's square. Okay, and blend it out. Okay. And then the next thing I do is I go in and do my lashes. So I take this. And I always curl my lashes before I put mascara on. I think most women do. So I just go root and then kind of lift it up a little bit. I don't like curl it all the way like some people do. But to each their own for sure. Okay, and then I do my mascara. I'm going to say is the Maybelline Sky High. I've literally tried like every mascara out there, and this is just the one that I love. I think it works really good. I don't have to like reapply it throughout the day. And it just goes on so good. Like smooth. And I don't have lash extensions. I have had them in the past, but they literally just ripped my eyelashes all out. And so I started using a lash serum, the Rodan & Fields one, and I will never go back to fake lashes. I just don't like them. They're not for me, but I know some girls like them. I don't even really like to wear false lashes. I have before because I needed them, but if my lashes are full, I'm just gonna rock my own. I think less is more sometimes. But it's just fun, like getting up and getting ready and like getting your day started. And oh, some people might find this boring, but it's entertaining for me. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this lash right here. It wants to stick to the other one. Okay, that looks better. And these lashes over here have grown a little bit too long and they won't curl. The thing, if any of you guys want to try a lash serum, I definitely recommend Rodan & Fields because my lashes, literally I used it for maybe like 3 weeks. My lashes were already grown back. And my lashes were bald, straight bald. Okay, then I do underneath a little bit. And my eyes water a lot too. Okay. Alright, now the next thing I do is a highlighter, and this is from NARS, and it is in the shade South Beach. So, what I do is I just do it right on my cheekbone right there. And that's it. And then I get my brush and I just kind of blend it into my blush. Okay. And then the last thing I do, I told you guys I like a lot of blush, so this is Fenty Beauty, and it's in the shade Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule 06. So it's dual-sided, so what I do is I just go like that, and then turn it over, and go like that, and then I wipe it off. Okay. And then the last thing I do is my lips. So these colors are literally like my tried and true colors. I love this lip combo. This is from Urban Decay. It's a Liar. This is my lip liner. And then I'll show you what I do next. Okay, I've got to get kind of close. Okay, I know that was weird, but I always line my inner lips right there. Okay, and then I'll just kind of take a little bit and like kind of thickly line them, I guess you could say. And then I kind of blot it together. And then I go in with my Charlotte Tilbury, and this is in the shade Pillow Talk. And then the last thing I do is I just put some gloss over it, and this is Marajuka Juicy Lip Plump, and this is in the shade Mixed Berries, and it's from Tarte. And that's literally all I do. So that's a full face makeup, like going out look, I guess, date night, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, let me know if you guys enjoy this kind of content. Trying to like just do different things on here and have fun with it. Yeah, so I hope you guys like and subscribe, and I hope you guys are all having an amazing day, and I appreciate all of you guys, and we'll see you next time.